Right.
I'm still
Mike,
recording.
what's sort of been the key to Ireland's success on attack so far this tournament?
I think our accuracy. I think when we've been really accurate, we've been able to execute things properly. I think our work rate's been pretty special in terms of putting ourselves in good positions to be able to see the picture and make the right decisions. But then also being direct and being aggressive in our carries too. I think that's been one of the big things. Guys like Bundy, Caelan Doris, those guys are giving us that front foot ball that, which is easier to play off. But I think ultimately it's down to our work rate and our fitness.
And in terms of the squad depth, how does that help with planning or utilising the maximum sort of attacking potential of the team?
Yeah, listen, the boys have had a brilliant pre-season like every other team. I think we've been doing it for 3 years now. I think there's a clear understanding of what we're trying to achieve and what we want to do and how we want to do it. So there's pure clarity there amongst the players in terms of understanding what we need to try and do and achieve. So, and that gives them that clarity that they can go out and be themselves on the pitch. And I think, they've been very calm. I thought against South Africa they were calm in the heat of the battle, which was fantastic.
And taking what happened in the South Africa game into the Scotland game, how important is it for them to sort of put that behind them now and focus on Scotland, a team they'll know very well because they play them so regularly?
Yeah, it's massively important. It's another Six Nations game. It's another series game down in New Zealand. It's one that when you put on an Ireland shirt, you want to win, and you do anything to put in the best performance that you can put in. It's no different now. So for us to park the South Africa game, I think it's been pretty easy. We've put ourselves in those situations before, and produce the same again, and that's what we need to. We need to again be accurate in certain things, but keep doing what we're doing and see where our potential can take us.
And does the familiarity with Scotland change the sort of approach to the game sometimes because you know them so well, they know you so well?
No, ultimately not. No, they're a fantastic side. They've caused teams absolute chaos in the past. They, Finn and their back three, Kinghorn and those guys are fantastic runners of the ball. Very high work rate of their tight five. So no, they can cause chaos, and in the Six Nations, we struggled against them. So for us to make sure that we're on our money, we've prepared well, we understand what we need to do, and let's see if we can bring the performance on the weekend. But they're an exceptionally good side, and they play an exciting brand of rugby, so we need to make sure we be in our mettle.
Quick question about Hugo Keating. What's he like to coach?
He's like a sponge, really. He learns things, but he learns things so quickly. His work rate is phenomenal. I think that Sevens background, where he's come from, his skill set, his error rate is very, very low for international fullback, and that's huge. That's huge. So he gets the game. He's been exceptionally curious. He's wanted to develop his game, and he's never content with where he's at. He always wants to go again. So I'm very fortunate to have players like Johnny, Gary Ringrose, Robbie Henshaw, these guys around Hugo that can teach him as well. So, but yeah, he's been fantastic, and he's maintained that. So, which is great.
I just want to go back in time a little bit with you to 1995. I know you've probably been asked this question a lot of times.
A few times,
but
yeah.
That semi-final in 1995, what do you remember about the build-up to it, the talk about Lomu and the New Zealand team?
Well, it wasn't. That New Zealand team was unbelievable team. Not just about Jonah Lomu. You look at their back row with Zindan Brook and those guys, Robin Brook. They were a fantastic team. They were the team to beat all the time, and it was. We got one over on Australia in the quarter-final with the Rob Andrew drop goal in the final minutes. So we probably didn't recover as well as we should have probably on the back of it. But we're shocked. We're shocked with how that New Zealand team came at us, and but that was how many years ago? Nearly 30 years ago. So memory is not just again a huge occasion, brilliant occasion to be part of, irrespective of the result or what happened,
Yeah, I was going to say, what do you remember of his first try? That whole thing of him running towards you. And then...
all of it. I mean, it's in the memory, really. I mean, Tony Underwood did say that he's going to get into Jonah's face and stop him. So, me as a fullback, as the last man of defence, he's got through 14 other people before he's got to me. But no, he was an unbelievable athlete. But he was an unbelievable athlete with incredible people, rugby players around him. So, he just facilitated and did his job when he got the ball on the wing, which was very impressive.
And how does it make you feel when people remind you of that?
Oh, it's brilliant. Why not? It's not just 1995. You got to remember 2003 lifting the World Cup trophy. So, it's part of my journey. It was part of my journey, and it was one that I really enjoyed. I look back on very, very fondly. My kids laugh at me. I laugh at them. So it's great.
And 2003 again, sort of that whole extra time, sort of build up to the drop goal. What was going through your mind at that time? As a team, how confident were you that you could handle whatever was going to come?
Well, exactly. That's the word, just confidence. I don't think we could probably still be playing that game and still win it. That was the belief that we had as a team. With the experience that we had around the park, we knew we were fitter. We knew we were technically better than we understood what we were doing, more physical than the opposition, and that's what we believed. Whether we were or not was another thing, but we believed it, and that made the difference. But you had a lot of experienced heads on there, that knew how to go on and win things. But yeah, it was again just a huge step in the journey towards that success.
Final question: how important is it to, as you say, you had that belief, you had that sort of certainty within the squad? How important is that to impart that knowledge to Ireland, this Ireland squad to deal with what is coming down the line for them?
Yeah, well, it's making something that it's not. It's a game of rugby that we've got to go and win. You're playing for your country, and that's what we expect you to do. Your whole nation, inspire the nation and stuff. We need to embrace that and go and do that, and that's what we've done over the past 2-3 years. We're not asking the players to do something they can't do. We all believe that they're quite capable of doing it. So it's then being able to prepare themselves properly to go out and perform in the heat of the battle.